Hello everybody, Mr. Pilgrim here coming at you with a Platinum Trophy Guide for Plants vs. Zombies Battle for Neighborville. Now after you do your starting little intro game where you play a team deathmatch, you'll spawn in as plants, and then you'll learn the familiar hub area for the plant side. Now the first thing I would recommend doing is, if you come over next to your promotion area, you'll find a changing room. If you'll do that, and then immediately hit triangle and then switch to the zombie side, we can then start working on getting as many trophies as fast as possible. Now from this zombie area, if you come to the little accuracy area and shoot exactly 20 of these little targets, that'll get you your first trophy. Doesn't take too long, and they also give you XP for doing this. And then from here, once you've gotten that trophy, you can then come over here to the Dance Hall of Obedience. And what you want to do here is survive 20 waves of this. So just coming on, you'll see all the lights will light up and stuff. And how it works is for every wave, there'll be a light. And you just want to make sure you're not standing on it, as you'll see right there. And you just need to survive 20 waves. Pretty simple. These kind of go by a little quick, eventually getting faster, so it shouldn't take too long at all. As you see, it'll eventually get harder and harder, adding 2 and then 3, making it to where you have to be on top of your game. Now you can sprint while doing this, so you can try and quickly avoid danger. You also get XP and some coins for like the first 50 ways of doing this, which is pretty cool. But yeah, then once you've done 20 waves, you can then just purposely get out. And that'll be 2 trophies that you've already earned. Pretty simple. Now what you want to do is, if you'll then switch over to the plant side, we'll just switch to this guy here. If you then come to the back over here, you'll find a piano. And then if you follow like so, sure you get on this second one right here. And then 1, 2, 3, then come to this second one right here, this little mini one, and then come to this next big one. That'll get you another trophy. So that's already 3 right there in a span of a short amount of time. And now the last trophy that you'll have to do that's in regards to this open world is in the mini PvP area, which you can actually make PvE. So if you come to this planet, set to private, and then reload Giddy Park, you'll then be in a private world. Once it loads. As you can see here, there's no more people. It'll just reload you on whatever side that you normally spawn in on, so zombies, plants, it doesn't matter. So then you come down here, and you'll enter the actual park area. Now, if you have actual people in your lobbies, then real people will be down here. But if you don't, then actual just NPCs will come down here. And what you simply have to do is, I believe, get 25 eliminations while riding on the rides. Enemies will start spawning eventually, and yeah, you happen to find a gold target, get you some money. But yeah, so you just have to be riding on a ride, and that'll get you 20 or 25 kills, or eliminations, I should say. Now, enemies should start spawning, but if not, you can always just respawn. Change characters, stuff like that. Give it a try on the plant side and see if some zombies will spawn. Yeah. Alright. Let's see. If I remember correctly, when I did this, it was in a private lobby, and there was just some TV heads that spawned. They're coming from this side overall. Probably look into getting that, and I'll leave it in the comments on why or how to get NPCs to spawn for this, or I'll eventually just look up a clip and then include the information after that. Okay, I figured it out. So if you come to the world options, you can then have it to where AI will spawn in the game. As you'll see, there's AIs, but no actual real people. And if you then go down and do all that. So from there, the rest of the trophies are going to simply be related to playing characters and doing certain things. By that I mean just getting so many eliminations with almost every single character in the game. There are two exceptions, and I'll talk about that right now. And there are some characters that have more than one trophy related to them. So the pea, the chomper, the kernel corn, snapdragon, cactus, acorn, and rose all have simple elimination challenges. Now, Nightcap also has an elimination challenge, but he also has a challenge to move while using his, his Shadow Sneak. You have to travel 1,000 feet while using his Shadow Sneak. That'll be 2 trophies right there. And then Citron doesn't have an elimination trophy, but he has a specific shield related trophy. So if you play as him and use his L2, you'll create a shield. You'll simply just need to block 1,000 damage with it, and that'll be done with Citron. And then with Acorn, while you're in the big guy form, you have to kill 2 enemies in one go. With his roll for damage attack, which is his R1. So when you've transformed into the oak and you're not the acorn. So that'll be another 2 trophies right there. Now for the sunflower, he specifically has to overheal people, and I'll have a good guide for that. Now if we switch over to the zombies, it's going to more or less be the same, as you just have to get 200 kills with Foot Soldier, Imp, Super Brains, 80s Action Hero, Electric Slide, Captain Deadbeard, Space Cadet, and Engineer. So Electric Slide also is one of those who has another trophy related to them, and 80s Action Hero, and that is with her to get multiple kills with her Disco Tornado, and then with 80s Action Hero to get it with his Can't Missile It. Pretty easy to get multiple kills if you know where to go or just have good farming spots. For All-Star, you simply just need to block damage with his dummy shield. And then same with the Sunflower, you need to overheal people with the Scientist. Now we're going to switch back over, and I'm going to show you exactly a good method to set up for doing that. And then as well, you can also be able to farm getting 10 revives by doing this. So if you go into this little hub area for multiplayer, switch to private, put it on turf takeover, go to preserve pastures, put it on crazy, and the team setup is going to be Deadbeards on the enemy team, and then you can maybe have it down to 10 on your team. But basically you simply just want to have sunflowers, and then from there activate the portal. This would be a good method for you to level up a bunch of your plants, as it let me level up my kernel corn all the way to master. And upon doing this, you can easily level up well, not every character, as some characters have really bad kits. So there'll be other methods that I'll explain how to do and show you how to do that. Or leave links to certain videos that go into more detail about stuff. Now, when you load in, you'll see up in the top right if you're on the attacking or defending side. You want to make sure you're on the defending side. You can be on the attacking side, but you don't have to. You can skip the intro. Now you see we're on the attacking team. We're going to switch. Now if we pick our sunflower, what you can do is you can R1, and that'll give somebody an overshield if you'll see the little yellow bar. And you can do this multiple times, and then you can switch over and do it with the scientist as well. You know, simply do that before the match starts. This will give you progress. Now, you're not going to get a lot. You'll have to do this maybe 2-3 games or so. And also, another trophy that we're going to talk about is planting pots. Now, you don't have to do this in this game mode. You can do it in another game mode, which I'll show after I just show you how to do it. So there will be specific pots like this, right here, which you can grow a plant in. You simply need to do 20 of those. And then there is a corresponding zombie version, but they're called bots. And there's only one game mode that you can do that in for zombies, which I'll be going over now, or whenever we load in. If you come back over here to the battle area, and in the multiplayer, if you come here over to the garden and graveyard ops, there will be a kind of team survival PvE game mode, and there will be bots that you can spawn when you're playing as zombies, and then flower pots that you can spawn if you're on the plant side, and they'll rotate back and forth. So if you spawn in one game as a plant, the next round that you do, if you stay, will be zombies. Now, we'll mention that you will have to play actual multiplayer, so you could do the weekly game mode, you could do Turf Takeover, or Team Vanquish. It's really up to you, but you will have to kill 100 people as a plant and 100 people as a zombie. Now, it's a little annoying, but it's not too terribly bad, as the game is still alive currently right now as of September in 2021. Now, I'm going to go over some good characters that are perfectly okay. This is just my preference. When I was working on those trophies, I was using the Nightcap for my plants. And then I was simply just using Foot Soldier for my zombies. I think he's just all around okay. He's not too terrible and stuff. You could use whoever you want, you know, if you like a character a lot. A cheese character you could use for plants, if you happen to ever get plants, could be Chomper, as he has an ability, the Burrow, to go underground and instantly eliminate somebody. But the downside is, while you're doing that, you'll be eating them and then you'll be slowed. It's a little unfortunate, but oh well. Now, I actually should have switched to a different character. Now, the remaining trophies that you'll have to earn are simply just for playing through the actual story part of Plants vs. Zombies. And I'll come show you in this back area here. So as you'll see, you'll have Explore. You'll have one to the town center, and then you'll eventually unlock another one for plants to Mount Steep. You will need to complete all of the main quests in both of these for the plants, and that'll get you 8 trophies for plants. And then for the zombie side, you have to do the first one, but you won't get any trophies for it, but it'll unlock the second one, which you will have to do, and then that'll get you another 4 trophies. So that's 12 right there, and then on top of doing all of the character related trophies, which you should already be going for while you're trying to do your last and final trophy. And if you haven't already, if you hit up on the D-pad, you can do a bunch of emotes, and you have to do, I believe, 30 of those. It doesn't matter what 30, you just have to do 30 of them, and that'll get you another trophy. And while you were doing that one game mode that I showed you that you can do in private with bots, you can revive the NPCs, or, you know, AI allies that you have, and it'll count towards reviving the 10 people trophy. So if we come to town center, put it on casual, and then we'll load into that, and I'll show you a really cool area that you can, or one of the few XP methods that you can use to try and level up some characters. You can always buy levels for 15,000 coins 5 times a day, so roughly 75,000 coins a day, and that'll get you 10,000 XP for any character that you choose. It's not too bad, but if you run out of, you know, money, then you need ways of getting it. By playing the game, you'll naturally earn money, but there are specific things that you can do. Now, this is the starting area, and you don't have to do this immediately from the start, but what I recommend doing is, if you see up in the top right, the 699 tacos, if you hold on to your tacos, or if you like buy the maps, get all the treasure chests and stuff for tacos, that's fine. But there'll specifically be a side quest of things that you can do. And that is, there'll be specifically little, what is it? Telescopes, as you'll see right there. You'll interact with those, and then you can find 6 dig-up sites. The first one on that roof will come to over here. There'll be a guide that I'll leave a link to give you more detail on that. But basically, once you get all 6 of those dig sites, and once you've completed the story, you can then come down here into the sewers, and for 75 tacos, you can do a little farming area that'll give you decent XP and coins, and then it also gives you tacos. You're not going to get back as many as you spend, but you'll be at least getting at half back. So if you interact with this portrait, you can then pick up this plunginator, and then you have to take out these treasure yetis. And there's also other enemies that spawn here too, so don't worry about that. While you're doing this, if you also like kind of move around and pick up the tacos that the treasure yetis drop, then you'll easily get them back. This is also a good way of getting prize bowls, but you can kind of slow the pace of this down a little bit. As you see, I got a level, because you roughly get, I'd say, 1,500 to 2,000 XP every time you do this, which isn't too bad. But towards the later stages of getting characters leveled up, you'll need to do it a lot of times. And you'll see I'm super elite, so a 4-star out of 5-star, and you will need to get 20 characters to master, which is pretty high and a lot of grinding. So this is just one method that you can do. Now the next one is going to be zombie related. I already showed you the other one for doing with the AI. So the next one will be zombie related, but it's more or less something that doesn't get you a lot of XP, but it's something more consistent that you can do to get money and tacos. So I'm going to switch over to that, and I'll see you then. Okay, so from the spawn on the zombie side, if you just follow the path I take, don't have to worry about enemies shooting at you all that much. There will be times that you might get a little close to being in trouble, but it should be fine. As you see, now if you come up here to the town hall, come around to the right, there'll be a specific bounty that we're going to end up doing. And this is going to be the primary method. Now you're only going to get roughly 700 to maybe 800 XP for doing this. If you hop down here, you can talk to this guy and he'll give you your bounty license to allow you to do the bounties, which is conveniently located right next to the main bounty we're going to be doing, which is nice. Now you can do this on any character. I'm just doing this on the Space Cadet and Space Station just to show you how it works. I'm gonna try and get rid of any enemies behind me to stop them from interrupting. Alright, so if you come right here, I prefer doing this as a space station. You can just do this however. Tiger Claws will spawn, but you can't defeat him just yet. You can try and damage him, but you're not trying to just yet. You want to take out the acorns that will spawn, like so, and they will go on top of him, as you can see there. And while you're doing this, you can go and pick up the tacos. These, you will not ever get close to death while doing this. If you can get them closer, you can then R1, take out all 3 of these little acorns. And if you use your L1, you'll reset your cooldown timer for your big boy laser, and that is the bounty complete. Now the first time you do this, you will get a lot of XP and a bunch of coins, but then every consistent time after that, it's going to be less. But it won't get less and less and less and less. It'll just remain the same. So it'll be exactly the amount that I just got. Roughly 500 coins, a couple of tacos, and stuff like that. So yeah, this will be a good method for zombies to try and level up. Like I said, it's not the greatest. You can try and do the AI like I said before. The only difference is instead of a Dreadbeard, you'll have the Scientist, and then for your plants, it'll be the Cactus. And I believe it's one of the other different maps. But as of now, that has pretty much gone over most of the trophies. Now the last thing is, if you hit your touchpad, you can see the map. As you'll see, we're up here. But then if you hit R2 twice, you can look at all of the medals. And you'll need to collect at least 75 medals. Now, just from doing main story missions and stuff alone, you will by no means have any trouble getting most of the trophies, as at least 20 medals are just from doing the story. That's it. You know, and then you have other miscellaneous trophies, which are really not that hard, like collecting golden gnomes, finding treasure chests, you know, stuff like that. Easy stuff, you know, nothing too terrible. Other than that, the last trophy by now that you should be working on is just getting all of your characters to level 20, and yeah. I hope that this was helpful and helped you guys out. You know, let me know what you think, if you've been enjoying Plants vs. Zombies like I have, as it was a sleeper hit game that I didn't really pay attention to when it came out, but recently me and my friends decided to get it since it was free for PlayStation Plus, and we've been having fun with it, and it's, overall, the trophies aren't hard. They're just a little bit of time consuming, or time management, and just knowing what to do, how to do it. So when you start off the game, try not to spend any gold. You can, if you really, really want to. That'll just make the grind a little bit longer, because every single day in Giddy Park, you can, like I said, you can upgrade or spend 75,000 coins to get 10,000 XP for a single character. You know, and that easily will help speed up the process, especially once you get towards the later half of trying to level up characters, as it takes a ridiculous amount of XP just to get one level. Because when I was doing Kernel Corn on the AI defense mission, I was roughly getting 4,000, 5,000 XP a run, which is really good for what I was doing. I was able to achieve a total of 86 eliminations in one game, which is pretty good. And, you know, you can easily just repeat it. You don't have to stop. In case you don't believe me, I'll show you my Kernel Corn Master level 1. Because all you have to do is simply get them to Master. That's it. You don't have to, like, get them to actual level 10 of Master, as that would be, or, yeah, level 10 of Master, as that would be ridiculous. But the trophy just simply states to get to 20 characters to Master, which is a lot easier than you would think. As you can see, I've been working on the Rose, doing the taco method and by buying her levels every day, as it is time consuming for sure. And then, you know, when I run out of tacos, I'll go do that bounty with Space Cadet or whoever I choose to consistently get more tacos and stuff like that. But yeah, it's something that you can easily do for all of the zombies. And then, like I said, for most of the attack characters, you can easily go and do the AI game modes. There are some that might be a little bit more troublesome, like the Chomper, as you don't have any kind of ranged attacks compared to almost all of the other characters. At first I thought Snapdragon didn't, but then it has a zoom in mode that'll give you the ability to shoot at characters. So yeah, I think that'll do it for today. But this has been Mr. Pilgrim, and I will see you all in the next one. I know that this video is a little bit short, and I do hope you'll forgive me for that, as I was just trying to have a one all-in-one kind of platinum trophy guide video. That way it's not drawn out. You can simply just take note of everything you have to do, just while you're playing the game naturally. Stuff to remember to do as well. Just save your money, save your tacos, stuff like that. Um, there are a bunch of chests that you can get for both sides. Now, also, I almost forgot. The last one is to work on gnomes. So in the first town center, as plants, if you go over to the radio station, there'll be a little button on the antenna from the front side that you can shoot that'll spawn a army of gnomes that you will have to fight. I believe it's 10 tacos. You can easily redo that if you're not trying to use all your tacos all that much. And in doing so, defeating 35 gnomes will get you another trophy. I almost forgot about that one while I was thinking about it. So yeah, hopefully this has been helpful or informative to everybody. Didn't have a lot of guides and details, but I think it's plenty enough that is not too basic, gives enough detail. Yes, I know zombies don't really have all that much in terms of XP, and that's because some of the glitches require certain abuses that require like 2 controllers or having a friend who's willing to help you do that. If you do that, that's fine, as the game's not getting any more updates, so you probably won't get in trouble or get banned for doing it, but I would just use it with caution, as I'm more of a legitimate person. I actually like the grind, but I will see you all in the next one.